Hi there, how are you? So far, we created this UI, which is which consists of a bunch of column and row widgets, as you remember, and we composed, uh, actually added columns to rows and vice versa, and added some buttons to the rows and columns. And as you can see, we have a bunch of command that we can press, and each of them are actually calling us back when we click on them. And now we want to, in this session, we want to actually try to connect uh, and use this UI framework of ours, actually writing the customer application. If you remember the customer application, let me run the admin application first. As you remember, we had this admin application which had this textual main menu, textual user interface, which we could, for example, change the shop name, create new product, for example, print product list. If we press 6, enter 6, and you can see that it is printing the product list. We had two products, apple and orange, with 100 and 500 quantities, or price. I don't remember if there are the quantities, or it's prices, I think. And also we had this customer application. Oh, sorry, I run the admin again. This is the customer application, and this is the admin application. So in the customer application, we have this, let me get rid of this. Okay, we have this, again, this textual user interface, which we can ask for product list or we can place order. So if we ask for the product list, the response was 200, and there in the admin side we have 100 of apples and 500 oranges. So these two applications are connecting to each other through HTTP connection, which is on top of TCP, as you remember. And we actually had some sessions about how to connect two processes to each other and send messages to between them. So now let's use this UI framework and let's try to create a UI instead of this textual user interface. We want to create a graphical user interface for this customer. So let me stop all of them. So in the customer side, we have this while true, which asks for products and place order. So let's have this here, this button. So we need a window, and then inside the window we need a button. So so I want to create a user interface, a page layout, which has this button that says ask for products or get fetch all products. And when we press on that button, we want all the products to be fetched and displayed on the screen. So let me copy and paste this bit. Copy and paste and bring it here to the customer. And let me create another function here. Function, sorry for that, create graphical user interface. So here I paste it here. When we call this function, we will have this window, and then we will have this button. Let me change this name to fetch products. So the X and Y doesn't matter. And also I want to have we want to have a column. New column. Sorry for the new. I'm just switching back and forth between Java and Kotlin and this new and other changes. Just okay. So we have this column, and we add to the column the fetch products. Let's name this fetch products list. And so then we can add window dot So we had add or set. We have the set content, which we can give the column as the content. So here, instead of doing this, let's say create GUI. So we call this create GUI at main function, and we don't need this anymore. Let's get rid of that. Let's run the application. Okay, so now we have this fetch products list button here that we can use for fetching and clicking. And then we need a list of products, and those lists should be text widgets. But I don't remember if we have text widgets or not. We have this button, column, row, and the text widget is the same as the button. Actually, they are the same, and there is no difference between them. And we can copy. Let's copy and paste the button as the text widget. Text widget. Okay. The text widget will ask for a title and for a title color, of course. And it could ask for a background color and width and height and X and Y. Yes. Okay, in the customer application, let's add a click listener to, let's add a click listener to fetch products. So we say on press callback, we are giving a press callback, and inside that, first, when the user presses on the fetch products, we want to first call this function we had, ask for products list. And this time we don't want to print them to the console. We want to return them. So let's actually, we should actually extract the content of the body in the response of the HTTP connection that we had. Let me check for the, sorry for that. Yes. Now in the run tab, the answer is like, so let's first actually return the whole body and assign it to the text widget. We could do that, which is naive, but it'll do the job. So we will return string. We will return a string from this function. So when we ask for product list, we expect this function to connect to the server, which is the admin application in the same machine in this port, and pass this get product list and issue a get request. And then after connection, it will return the body for us. So here, you can say fetch products, and then, sorry, not fetch products, ask for product list, or product list. Here we can say, let's bring the column to the top because we want to add some other widgets. Here we can say we want to add a text widget to this column. So this column has a button at top, and then we want to add other widgets beneath it. So let's say column dot add child, and let's create another child here. Or we can, no, this is not a good pattern here. Adding a child in a click listener is not, most of the things that we are doing is not best practices. Actually, we want to just see something on the screen first, and then we will try to refactor the code. So let's copy and paste this bit and say this one will be the product list text, for example, and the background color, I want to actually make the background color to transparent. I don't want any background color for this one. The title color, I don't know if it is alright or not, but we will figure it out. And let's get rid of the this one, and here for the height, let's make it 300, and for the width 400. Then here, instead of adding child, we will just change the text of product list text. So change the title. The title will be the products list. Okay, so on the press callback, we asked for the product list. It will connect to the admin, which is a server application, HTTP server, and then it will return the product list, which is a string, and we have not actually deserialized it and extracted each bit of it, and we are just using it as a whole concatenated string here. Then we add that string as the title of this, not button, it will be a text. Okay, let's see if it works actually. So admin, no, we ran the customer. Let's run the admin. Okay, this is admin, then we run the customer. In the customer, we have this product list. If we click on that, nothing is happening, and we don't know why. Which products? Oh, because I have not added the as to the column. So we add the products list text to the column. Okay, this time if I click, you can see that we have apple equals 100 and orange equals 500. No matter how many times I click. So this admin application, you can see that when I press here, the request is coming, a get request, which says get me all products, please. Which calls this get products list endpoint in the server is being received in the server side. And then they are printed, not printed. This time we have a graphical user interface actually. If we want to add a graphical user interface to the admin side as well for adding products, then we need text fields to type and enter strings, which is not that easy. It needs a session on its own, and so I think this is enough for this session. So this session we try to get rid of that textual user interface that we had here. We had a textual user interface like this one in the admin application, which we have, and we replaced it with a UI, with the UI framework that we created before, which had this column. The column had two children. The first child was the button for fetching product list, and the second child was for displaying the content. And we add a press callback to the button. So also we have this place order here for sending an order to the server side. And in the server side, we need text field to type maybe, or no, I don't know. No, we can simulate it with buttons, with minus and plus buttons at each side of the products. But first we need to deserialize and extract the products and make it 2 or more than 2, whatever, separate products here. Because as you can see here, the whole products list is being received as a string, and we need to extract them. And for example, we need to have some kind of objects as products, like apple, the quantity 100, to do some calculations on them. We cannot use this raw string here. I think this is enough for this session. Okay, see you soon. Bye.